Welcome to Stone Soup Poetry. I am your host, Chad Parento. You are the Stone Soup Poets. Whether or not you've been here for the first time, 100 times, or what have you. And I appreciate everyone coming here. I appreciate welcoming our new guest, iPad. I'm not sure who that is, but if you want to read on the open mic, just text me your name in the chat. And welcome one and everyone. We're going to do a little bit of an open mic before we get to our double shot of features of Philip Curtis, aka Midnight, and John Acevedo, aka Chance. We're going to get started with some people who are on here early and might have to leave. I appreciate everyone's patience, and let's welcome up Richard Spezak.
Thank you so much, my friends. I have two little pieces I'd like to share with you. I'm going to be political today. First thing I want to do is it's called Mirror, Mirror. The great and powerful Donald. Hey, I could shoot anyone in the street. That'd be neat. Who could say read? I could jail an opponent. No one could oppose it if they even knew it. I could use SEAL Team 6 to unload some of their tricks. The political opponents won't. But Putin knows and shows it. I could rob and steal and still make a deal. No one complains. Look, a squirrel. Oh my, how it rains. I can steal and hold power. My kids aren't in power. I can't be touched. I owe so much. I own lots of senators and legislators. Son, I can do it again. Steal it right there under the sun. But no one can say nay. I own night and day. I own them outright. But wait. Mirror, mirror on the wall, is my mighty Donald anything great, anything that right after all, or just another two-bit hood who's up to no good, who we know now belongs in chains and a hoosecow. Like any old crimer, I've seen this before, he's a two-bit nine-crime indictment big-timer. No crimer. And our dear friend Fannie Willis begins to plan out that was the best way to dig this mole out. He's buried deep in so many crimey holes and so many disappeared they could still disinter these bones. She'd dig in, her investigators, into this mess. And you know what happened? You know the rest. Her crack team got the evidence. They got him for sure and stood in the way of that big justice door. So his attorneys attacked. They had to. He's guilty. None of it was funny like old Uncle Milty. They tried to slime her. He paid them to. It's their duty. But she stood above it. Sure wasn't pretty. She pointed to the law, so it really didn't matter what a couple of liars they saw straight there from their crime pattern. The emperor criminal had his hidey clothes all tore off. The state presented him with a pair of criminal day-glow orange socks. He'd have to put his spray-paid gold tennies away, at least for a few days. And then the Supremes. The Supremes seemed to take the bait. The Supremes seemed to take the bait. He's just so great. They start to renovate Rushmore. Shucks, why wait until he wounds up a few more Muslims from every state? Take him from the ballot seems to push away the voters' dreams. Why, if Colorado had its way to keep the big bad wolf away, the wolf's constituents would find it tough. If Colorado seemed to huff and puff, could Colorado find itself one set aside this parlous twisted elf? We don't like Colorado to make a choice to preclude his voting disaster from anybody's senile old Aunt Joyce. And if she'd like to see the Capitol burn, we'd hate to see her lose another turn. And if Donny J wants to give the secrets away, shan't we be generous and provide him opportunity just one more day? Yes, he stated he'd like to shoot someone on Sunny 5th at noontime toot or order SEAL Team 6 shoot to bury his loyal opposition like old Larry or Sheriff Twix. He says he'd round him up in millions, he'd sell our secret and make it billions. Nero fiddled, they say, when Rome did burn, but they could never forbid our Barney just one more turn. He's immune from any law that might restrict this fatal flaw while he's king, or maybe later as he drives us into that charming crater. There's no law, no noblesse oblige can in any way restrict his sneeze. Tell me, when does a constitutional officer who takes an oath to preserve and protect ever need to notice the check? Does he somehow escape the honorable report and always take his siesta at the last resort? So it seems we're fated then. He's their Barbie, we're his Ken, unable to check this fateful course. And wait a minute, it will get worse. He'll never accept a vote that fails. We've seen that ship. It's already sailed. Unstoppable as we cruise now for the iceberg. Hey, democracy, is there just no last word? Thank you, my friends.
Thank you very much, Richard. Let's have someone else go on the mic. Who do we have that's next? Let's welcome up Mr. John Wezick. Oh,
Wow,
there he is.
I'm early today, huh? Okay, this is called Rumors of Lunch. I should have run when I could, but I placed my order instead. One overworked waitress in a crowded pub brings condiments like a promise the Messiah will come someday. Godot in the kitchen, Methuselah in a corner booth with a spider web between shoulder and jaw. I'm a child in August waiting for Christmas morning, a writer waiting for Marty to call me about my screenplay, a UPS driver waiting for that lottery ticket to hit. I sip a craft beer that tastes suspiciously like PBR. Memorize the menu for something to do. It mentions our rotating desserts, and I wonder how many RPM the apple pie spins at. By now, the waitress hasn't been seen since mastodons roamed the earth. Last time I'll ever trust a Yelp review from a stegosaurus.
Thank you, John. See who we have next on the open mic. Let's go to Mr. Oh, Mr. Bill's disappeared, so the Ramdinator's got to scramble again. We'll get to. Oh, there he's popping up. Bill, are you ready?
No, I'm not totally ready because I'm writing down some of the brilliant words that John Wessex just recited. I was so excited by the concept of never trusting a steg, uh, Saurou. I don't know how to spell stegosaurus. John, you'll have to put that in the chat so I spell it correctly. But I was, I love you, John. You're insane. Well, anyway, I am out in different lands. Just a moment, I need to have the appropriate background for the poem. If that's, well, I don't know if it's a poem or what. It's, well, I'm having trouble with these things. Where are my computer things? My computer thingies. Okay, that's better. You young folk and all your weird computer doodads. So this is a um I don't know, hopefully spoken word or something or whatever it is. Hello, Ellie. Let me come in and close the door. How's a puppy doing? Are you a good dog? Are you a good dog, Ellie? Yes, you are. What? Do you want something? What do you want, Ellie? What is it? Oh, do you want to go out and chase frisbees with me? Are you sure? Down, Ellie. Down, down. We'll go out. Okay, now sit. Sit. Stay. Do not go out that door. Stay. And okay. Oh, Ellie. Oh, you knocked me over, you dumb dog. Oh, crazy dog. Okay, well, where are the frisbees? Where are they? Oh, yes, there they are. There. Do you want a frisbee? Oh, you do. Yes, you do. Wait, no, no jumping. Down. Okay, now here we go. White frisbee or blue frisbee? Blue? Blue, yes. Go get it, dog. Good dog. You've got it. You've got it. Come on, Ellie. Come on. Run, run. Now drop the frisbee. Drop it. I'm not going to fight you for it. If you don't want to play, I don't care. Oh, the blue frisbee? Oh, how about the blue frisbee? Wouldn't you like this one better? Yes, the blue frisbee is best. Drop the white one. Now go get it. Go, go, go. The blue frisbee is some competition frisbee. It's like really heavy and hard to chew. It veers way to the left at the end of the throw, but who cares? I get time to relax when I throw the blue frisbee. Except for encouragement. She needs encouragement. Come on, Ellie. Here's the white one. Don't you want the white one? Yes, yes. Go get it. Go get it. Hurry, Ellie. Hurry. Look, Ellie. Look, look. I have the blue one. You want the blue one now? Yes, I know you do. Yes, yes. Go get it. Go get it. Run, Ellie. Run, run, run. Come on. Good dog. Good dog. White frisbee. Come on. Run, dog. Get the right one. Now bring it back. Yes. Come on, Ellie. Bring it back. What the heck? Don't just sit there. Bring the frisbee back, please. What are you doing, dog? You're biting the frisbee and then pushing the snow with it. Are you? What are you doing? You want the blue frisbee, don't you? Look, Ellie, look, I'm throwing it. Go get the blue frisbee. Go get it, dog. Go get that frisbee. While I walked down the hill to get the white frisbee, which you didn't bother turn, I have to get the other frisbee, and it's all icy and gooey and covered in bite marks. Ugh. Do you want it, dog? Here we go. Now bring me the blue one. Drop it. Good dog. Now get the white one away from the snow, not by the snow. There's no snow there to play with. Bring it back, Ellie. Come on. You're going to take it to the tree where the snow still survived in the shade and make weird tracks with it. What are you, like some channeling some alien species? Or come on, Ellie, come on. Oh, track. Oh, no, not with the blue one. You don't like to do tracks in the snow with the blue ones, do you? Oh, no. Yeah, well, come on, the blue one. Blue one, here's the blue one. Yeah, you want it. Don't you want it? Yes. You won't even pay attention to me. So I have to chase my own damn frisbee. Damn bother. Okay, here, Ellie. Yeah, I'm going to throw it really far this time. Do you want it? Yes, you do. You want this one. Get that flu frisbee. Run. Yes, puppy. Yes, run, run, run. You no, over there. Over. You just saw me throw it. You're searching in the wrong. No, over there. To the yes, right there. No, you walked past it. What kind of dog are you? It's a smelly frisbee. It's got your slobber all over it. How can you not find the frisbee? No, backwards. Yes, back. Good dog. Good dog. Oh, yes, you've got it. Oh, what a clever dog you are. Yes, a good dog. Yes, you are. You're the puppy. Yes, you are. What a clever dog. What a clever dog. What a clever dog. What a clever dog. What a clever dog.
Almost a performance piece with the movie in the background. Thank you, Bill. And let's go to Jan Rowe as we go down the short open mic and get to our mega feature double header, our tag team.
Okay, I was talking to James. I thought it was the bright piece about this 18-year-old raised in America. He refused to do the 2-year mandatory Israeli Defense Force, the IDF. I thought that was the bright piece, and he's going in again for 30 more days. And he says when he's in the military prison, the IDF people are deserting, but they're deserting to go help their families. And then they come back and have to go to jail for 6 months. I thought that was the bright piece. He said it wasn't. So I'll read this one, which is going to go in the Black Sea Writers. Notes from the Poor People's Campaign, Resurrection, Boston, one of 32 cities, Saturday, March 2nd. From the old State House to the Shaw Memorial and the 54th Civil War Regiment. I met up with Avi, who is very bright and disabled, and Nathan, who is homeless, at the Old South Meeting House, Washington Street, and soon we were starting off singing, marching, and dancing with Manna. That's Many Angels Needed Now and Always by Garrett Jordan. Up ahead, I saw the flags of the of the Veterans for Peace and Extinction Rebellion. So Earth Day is April 22nd, a Monday, and also Passover. I walked with the elders holding Veterans for Peace flags. A Vietnam veteran, a corpsman, joined us and had never heard of them, the Smedley Butler Brigade of Veterans for Peace. After he told me his story, I sensed his trauma and wondered if he could. I was happy to see him entering Sprode Hall at the cathedral along with the Veterans for Peace after the resurrection rally. Up the hill to the monument to the 54th Civil War Regiment, all black, but a white leader, a Shaw. I walked with the ESWA, that's the Eastern Service Workers of America, a group I've been meaning to call for years to see if they want to come put their table or make their presence known when we do Ministry of the Steps at the cathedral. These Eastern service workers are based in Fields Corners, and I could turn and show them where we'd be. So once the Poor People's Campaign gathered, Dean Amy McCrae of the Cathedral of St. Paul, across from Brewer's Fountain, opened the service. She also had organized the hospitality before, during, and after the march in the cathedral's Sproat Hall, where Matthew was live streaming the event. Maria Termini also spoke, showing the need for Medicare for all. Follow-ups happened and continue tomorrow at 9:30 in the Great Hall. Legislative breakfast organized by the Massachusetts Coalition for the Homeless. That's a little brighter. Thank you.
Good job. Yeah. Thank you very much, Jan. Up next is Ken Johnson. Who needs to unmute?
There I am. I'm unmuted.
Here he is.
You know, I'd love to read for you, but both our guests are here. You wouldn't want to give them a shot. Or are they waiting till 9 or something like that? I mean, I'll read if you want me to, but
I don't think we have that many people left. I think after this, it's you, Laurel,
well, you're in charge of it.
James. Go for it.
All righty. By way of back talk while I pull it up, this is something I wrote a few years ago, but I'm thinking I got a friend who writes his own music, and I'm thinking of, oh, where'd it go? Giving this to him. I call it The Drive-In That Brainwashed My Car. Pardon me, I have not set it to music yet, and I have a terrible voice, but here we go. We drive out to the drive-in, and the marquee was Christine, and it happened that that was a movie we had never seen. We didn't know this drive-in a town we'd never been would be the drive-in that brainwashed my car. We pulled into the lot where there were not many around. We turned the radio on so we'd get the feature movie sound. When the preview started running, it was really quite profound. At the drive-in that brainwashed my car. You got to imagine like a whole band behind this. It was a preview not for people, it was mesmerizing cars. Strobe lights were honking and all the headlights blinking stars. But the only car affected appeared to be only just ours. At the drive-in that brainwashed my car. The motor started running, it was revving up alive. The headlights, they were blinking, then its gear shifted to drive. I didn't think there was likely a chance that we'd survive from the drive-in that brainwashed my car. It took us to a garage that was sprouting warm shampoo. I opted for the undercarriage wash, 'cause wouldn't you? The fenders puffed out shiny and the chrome was detailed too. And then I got the bill for $200 from the car wash that brainwashed my car. Need to hear clapping now. Yay. All right. Encore? Maybe later.
Yeah, I'm gonna we're gonna cut to the features and then we'll get the other half going. I hope everyone understands. I think Ken has merit. I was gonna have him lead first, but then we had trouble meeting in between. I appreciate everyone taking all the both features taking time out to make it to tonight to an earlier time than normal. Excuse me. And let me just grab the boilerplate and we can begin. Here we go. And once again, it's exciting to have a. So I'll introduce the first feature first. Who wants to go first? Uh-oh. Oh, looks like John's going first.
Yeah, I'll go first. I gotta show this guy how it's done. It's usually how it's done.
Oh, all right. I heard you were a feisty pair, and I'm looking forward to this. We'll do the quick intro. John Chance Acevedo
I'm
has been
sorry, Chad. You can read both our intros.
Read both.
Yes.
All right. I'll start with you because you're going first, and we've had Philip here before.
Oh,
John
sorry to
Chance.
hear that.
John Chance Acevedo has been reciting and hosting for over 2 decades. As the eldest of three, he receives inspiration from everyday life situations and most commonly uses a blend of comedy and drama to reflect his real life experience. Chance has become a recognized feature performer in many poetry venues and universities. He has been known for hosting one of New York City's most popular open mics. Chance hosted the first annual New York Hip Hop Dance Convention at Sony Studios, and he currently co-curates and hosts the virtual poetry open mics with the Dumping Grounds and Put It Into Chat. Chance has also been published in Raul Madano's The Company We Keep, The BX Files Contemporary Poetry from the Bronx, and Mi No Habla with Acento, just to name a few. Since moving to Homestead, Florida, Chance has mentored youth poets for the Dranoff International Two Piano Foundation Piano Slam, where his mentees have won first place 2 consecutive years. As an educator, he has enjoyably coached for young adults living with autism. Chance, as if that isn't enough, is a founding member of the all Latino poetry troupe El Grito de Poetas, a collective of diverse Latino and Latina poets dedicated to the craft and performance of modern poetry. Chance is also a board member for Latinos NYC. Chance's confident stage presence makes him a performer to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, the author of his new collection of poetry, Sketched of My Rights, self-proclaimed to be your favorite troll and self-proclaimed a-hole, that is John Chance Acevedo, sorry. Boy, I'm glad I didn't take my challenge to read that all in one breath. And moving on.
You need a nap between that, man.
Oh man.
Here we go. And moving towards brevity. Author, spoken word artist, host, workshop facilitator, and mentor Philip J. Curtis, aka Midnight, is a native of Brooklyn, New York, with roots in Jamaica, West Indies, who arrived on the Colorado Springs poetry scene in 2006, bringing with him a brand of New York City straightforwardness and swag, along with the sensual son of Jamaica, West Indies. Mr. Curtis is the founder of Poetry 719. Phil, aka Midnight, recently published his first book entitled What's It All For?, which covers over 40 years of writing and performing. You can follow him on Midnight Poet 00 or Philip J. Curtis on Facebook. And with that, let us segue to John, sir. Welcome to the first time.
Thank you. I'm sorry you had to deal with Midnight previously. I understand why he called me to back him up. He needs help. So you really don't know struggle. Talk to me about struggle when you witness policemen throw your mother down a flight of stairs and your 9-year-old arms can't seem to get through Blue's vest. Consider mentioning struggle only after you watch a neighborhood turn on itself, allow depression in your sick mind to be the excuse you feast on children while mothers solicit suitors. Struggle is walking for months from your what used to be home to a village, ducking from rebels, and you're only 12 because you know that preteens make great murderers. Don't look at me with a serious face and dare to talk to me about struggle if you know where your next meal comes from. Struggle isn't difficulties uploading your pics on MySpace or your space. Webster's definition of the word doesn't paint a picture of children who are abused daily for looking like they deadbeat fathers. Sit with the mother who prays to a picture frame because her child remains have yet to be found. Struggle is having to find the words to tell your best friend's mother that she just lost her son and you were supposed to take care of him. It's trying to tell your child that everything is going to be okay, but you're not sure what tomorrow brings or if you're even prepared for it. Struggle is sacrificing everything you have to feed a family of four with a mother who has a habit, an abusive father, a promiscuous sister, but still, you have to believe that there must be a God somewhere because you have to believe that there must be a God somewhere. So you become an Orthodox Christian, Baptist, Muslim, Israelite, Jew, because someone must have an answer. Someone must be able to explain to me why only some of us understand sugar water for dinner, mayonnaise sandwiches for lunch, while we walk to the neighbor's house and ask her to lend us her lifestyle because our lifestyle has been placed on a watch on heavy load. No pre-rinsing for hard times, no washing of hands, memories. We are just washed out and spun on our backs like break dancers. No gentle cycle to cater to our needs. I don't know struggle, but I do know that you'd rather be blind than to have to experience half the things that I have seen. And I have the cure for a heart that's been pulled and stretched in many directions. But my only question is, who is going to have cocoa butter for my soul?
As the world turns, many have one life to live. People continue to search for a guiding light. People go to Donahue, Winfrey, or Dr. Ruth for advice only if the price is right. As the world turns, problems have occurred in families. What usually starts out as good family ties often end up in a family feud. The loving parents always say, I want the best for all my children. They try their best with them before they send them to the great outdoors in New York City crime story. These children are what we call the young and the restless, who end up in places like General Hospital or St. Elsewhere. Unfortunately, some parents experience Hill Street blues. Day by day, they beg their children to give me a break. As the world turns, men have taken advantage of the weaker vessel. This is a common practice of men who treat courtship as an all-new dating game. Walking down the street, they look like a current affair. She hopes they will one day become the honeymooners, although he already knows they are perfect strangers. He continues to play with her emotions by taking it one step beyond, further, married with children. A temporary relationship until he decides to join the lifestyles of the rich and famous alone. So he goes to divorce court, then leaves for Santa Barbara to stay with Kate and Allie, leaving his ex in another world in search for tomorrow. This may sound a little bizarre, but is reality because we experience it in the days of our lives.
New York is an amusement park, and I've been on every ride. Entrance to this world pays for your ticket. Unwed mothers under 18 pushing strollers filled with little people, not midgets. Kids carry balloons to share with parents who don't care. Drunk man stands on concrete tightrope as he struggles to stay on. Stay up, old timer. Stay up, viejo. Stay up. Damn, that overproof got him back. And he falls just as hard. Sorry, no net, papa. Just the rooftops we jump from to get away from police. Homeless veteran doing knuckle push-ups for change because that's all fighting for the USA has taught him. Onlookers tell him he should take his show on the road. He says he already has. In these streets, for free, where tips are appreciated, but being all that he can be just isn't enough. No magician turning tricks from Brooklyn to the Bronx. No rabbits out of hats. Pickpockets tax the next man's wallet as I watch from my seat on the number 2 train.
Amusement park? Extra, extra, read all about it. My Brooklyn is like a Coney Island circus. All type of acts are in town, where random gunshots are abundant. Brooklyn, same old situation wherever I roam. Animalistic behaviors, wagons unload, four-legged creatures take stages when elephant is always in the room, terrorizing our neighborhoods. Those Those culprits or clowns changing faces, trying to survive big city places. Criminals, sometimes held accountable for what they do. But what about the city's ringmasters that support failing schools, mass incarcerations, and a place where guns are readily unavailable? So I ask, what is gun control when encouraged to carry? Victim, me, or you? Politicians are acrobats, flipping the narrative for votes. Cops with liberty horses run free and perform without supervision. These pigs put themselves above the law, and monkeys are shot down. When it's not the cops, you got to know how to throw your hands and not be victim of the get got. And even when you know how to fight, in my hood, someone always steals a circus bike. Chaos, violence, anarchy, a wonderment to strangers. Little shops with intense competition, slums to suburbs, millions of people, money, ideas, increasing tension. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, step right up.
Underpaid trainers watch way more than 3 ring classrooms. Can't beat the students the way the animals get tortured. Maybe if they could, you think they'd give them a worthy salary. All smiles for show. Cries heard each night, just like most of our lives. Crowded, sold out shows like overpopulated cities. Clowns squeeze into one car. We squeeze into roach infested 1 bedroom apartments to make ends meet. You may laugh, but rent's no joke. Spectators don't give 2 shits, no oohs or ahs, just stares of disappointment as they walk past you shaking their heads. Bastards must have just missed one hell of a show living in the clouds, but they'll pay top dollar when the circus is in town. Not me. Forget Barnum.
Or that other dude, Bailey.
I ain't paying to see a show I watch every day for free. No fake laughs, no illusions, just reality served cold with different animals. Same tricks in the amusement park, starring real people.
For no pay.
Where every seat is the best.
And it's open 24 hours
a day.
Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo. Oh, there you go.
We apologize for the ugly orange and blue you're about to witness.
Let's go back into history when the world was really not that much different. The date, April 15, 1947. Jackie Robinson breaks tradition, creating a new baseball game. Then Larry Reginald Doby would soon follow. The footsteps of tomorrow for one Henry Louis Aaron. See, he grew up in Jim Crow society, less opportunity, hitting bottle caps with sticks, swinging at rocks, breaking windows, his make-believe baseball games. The reality, racial segregation in public spaces. Facilities for African Americans were without fail inferior. Since Jim Crow institutionalized economic, educational, and social disadvantages, the evil that Henry, nicknamed the Hammer, went through provided a clear view of what our country thinks of me and you. America tells us to work hard and not complain. Believe in the American dream. Give the best of your ability. But as he closed in on breaking the all-time home run record by Babe Ruth, he experienced American history. They, the KKK, Knight of America, wrote letters. Dear Mr. Nigger, if you do not retire, your family will inherit a great deal of trouble. To make it clear, death. It seems that racism was chasing Aaron as he chased the record, having already witnessed the assassinations of MLK and Malcolm X. These variety of threats, only one needed to come true. Recognizing the importance of this movement for equality, Hammer and Hank would not be intimidated. Let's go back into history. April 1974, baseball game of the week. Vince Scully made the call. What a marvelous moment for baseball, Atlanta, the country, and the world. A Black man is getting a standing ovation in the Deep South. Before then, there could be not be two more opposite people. There's a new home run champion of the world of all time, and his name is Henry Aaron. This could be seen all over the world and all over the country. I hope you are watching. Let's go back into history. January 6, 2021. White privilege still exists through domestic terrorists. Do you see this, or do you see you and I gassed, shot, beaten while peacefully fighting for Black Lives Matter? In the words of Vince Scully, this could be seen all over the world and all over the country. I hope you are watching.
A week before baby Jesus' birthday, we walked into a sterile room, masked like surgeons before a pandemic, held the hand of the best part of our extended family. She knew little about who was holding her, even if she cared for him all of his adolescence, her nose searching for a familiar smell. She played Simon Says with whatever moments her memory decided to recall. Most times, we try to reset it. Most times, we have to play memory with her memory, matching names with pictures, knowing we would never win. Our new norm, our new norm consisted of taking her up for baths, making her pretty for pictures. She would laugh at us. That's a phone. It's not a camera. It's how far removed she is 2 days before baby Jesus' birthday. We form circle, hold hands, seek counsel, hear doctor, call priest, call nurse, call family, call extended family, touch hands, kiss forehead. Nurse watches her smile, watches as she shed a tear. My mother yells to her sister, "It's okay. Go rest. We'll be okay."
Binglela, I wish I could speak to you in a native tongue because Black history didn't begin from the western tip of Africa, Ghana, Nigeria,
España, Europa,
places along the coast.
1000 afro-latinoamericanos han nacido robados.
Making the transatlantic slave trade easy.
Imagine not being given an option.
Black men, women, and children taken to pick and grow white cotton for the master's gold. Sold, hung, watched us burn, them white folks in fancy clothes, slave television. Roots, watched by many, but not remotely the beginning of our history. Ari Bangjani.
I wish I can speak to you in a native tongue.
Because rather than being taught, we should know our history, what we think of ourselves and where we come from.
Indio, mestizo, tainted skin, altered culture. Imagine living with the hue of your oppressor for the rest of your life, tanning to wash away the white from raped ancestors. I have inherited pretty eyes and some privilege until I'm asked to speak.
So take a journey and find out what happened to Black slave, that happened before slavery, because we know about lions, elephants, giraffes, God's creation, although beautiful, but what about the African people? We are more than malnourished, starving children with flies flying, never stopping to think why the TV and movie screen focus history around Europe or Asia.
Francisco Pizarro, Hernan Cortez, how comfortable would you be knowing the name of the individuals that murdered your existence? What if they had streets named after them? Watch how they were praised in your classroom and being asked to shh, it's not your turn.
But time overdue because from K through 12, we were taught about enslavement, colonies, systems that erased our identities. Missing is the true history of our Blackness in our children's classes, minimizing gross violence as if we were the cause of riots. Truth be told,
Truth be told,
there's more to our history
there's more to our history
than our oppression and suffering.
than our oppression and suffering.
Molo Anjani, we wish we could speak to you in a native tongue. Sit down on ground as storytellers bless us, the true history of our ancestors, the beauty of Kenya, the Congo, Zimbabwe, an adventuring culture where kings and queens sat on thrones, down the path of a mental and spiritual transformation, learning about Ghana and the nation of Zulu, know thyself, an inscription often written by the Egyptians in their temples, fruits and gold turned into civilizations, pyramids through the mathematics well before any known philosopher.
Imagine Machu Picchu royalty in gold and silver. Naked walls don't keep records of our family, peoples did. Knotted strings that served as reminders.
So resurrect the spirit of our ancestors because we came from greatness in order to be great. I wish I could speak to you in a native tongue.
Not having it stripped from you and given another one. Not being forced to learn what the conquerors learned. A universal language is not better than the hundreds of beautiful tones that make us unique.
We wish
we
could
could
speak
in the native tongue. Tell you more about our history.
About our history.
Because it's not just a land in which our ancestors
were taken from.
Dear Disney Pictures, why haven't I seen any mothers in your films? Sign rule number 1.
My mother birthed me, died before I was age 1. I have no nickname.
Cows killed my daddy. He went out for milk last night and never came back.
Stop resisting. Taught levels of aggression. How cops are triggered.
If you are the best thing to ever happen to me, then clearly more should happen.
Sign across my heart, stemmed from unfaithful women. Thin ice, no skating.
Why believe in God and not Santa Claus if we can't see either one?
Mad at mask mandate, but not at white-only signs? Yeah, all lives matter.
Stop blowing kisses to a man that throws punches. I want you to live.
All right, we got one more piece, all right? We appreciate this. Chad, thank you for letting us come through. We got one more piece, and let's go. Yo, me and this dude come from a long line of trash talking, quick wit and insults, with or without audience. For example, the Bronx. It's so grimy, even Santa wears bulletproof. The dozens, the way you dress, economic status, physical characteristics, puns with exaggerated comparisons. For me, centered around facts. Brooklyn, home of baseball great Roy Campanella, Fort Greene, Brooklyn gave us Mike Tyson. We took from the Bronx and got the whole rap game on lock. From Biggie to Jay-Z, Brooklyn helped elevate hip hop. Yo, BX, you can have your adopted son, Hector Macho Camacho.
That's
We
right.
got the GOAT of basketball, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. So any sport, he, John Chance Acevedo, whatever you want to call it, heat or smoke, we Brooklyn. He don't want this.
Smoke is what's left over after I light his ass on fire. The dozens is a sport. With a microphone or basketball courts, it's easy for me to switch characters with a change of a shirt, as you've seen Midnight do a few times tonight. I can show you how this middle finger hurt. Ayo, Brooklyn, this be who you sent to represent you? A Jewish dude from Crown Heights would have done just do.
It's the chemistry that you see. Respect for my brother, the same I would have, he has for me, closer than a brethren.
That's why we will never exchange any of your mama jokes.
Consuelo Acevedo,
That's my mother.
a mother of three, single handedly. Her long days made for shorter nights. Responsibility, hustled each day into tomorrow.
Mi vieja.
His mother, Consuelo Acevedo, had two choices named day after day, crying on the inside, deep-seated determination from faced situations. Victorosia no victima, wishing that her children would have had a good father. Her sacrifices were never a reflection of one's worth, caring for other people's dirt, a welcoming whistle while she worked, walking with the elders. Consuelo Acevedo, tu madre Guerra,
Gwendolyn Curtis,
my mother.
a mother of three, must have been a gardener the way she cared for a rose and extended an olive branch for us to be blessed with her son.
My mother.
Received angel wings before the sun can shine on her son's turn of a calendar. He gained guardian angel and billionaire philanthropist simultaneously. Father's heart skipped a beat. Coconut water never tasted the same. Rice and peas missed love. Imagine replacing a mother's hug with a sister's embrace. Your father remarries never to replace your mother, but was forced to give this woman divorce papers because she didn't feel like competing with stepchildren. There's a good man somewhere, so it makes sense that maybe Midnight could be a good man too. I'm not used to fathers sticking around.
Neither him nor me ever saw mother and father picture framed for memories.
I don't know what it's like not to have my mother.
My so many unanswered questions.
I feel like I take her for granted. A phone call is long overdue.
We dish each other dirt.
But you will never, ever hear us exchange any Yo Mama jokes.
Consuelo Acevedo,
My mother, Gwendolyn Curtis.
my mother.
The
The
respect
we
we
have
have for each
for
other.
each other.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our poetry bromance, John Acevedo, aka Chance, and Philip Curtis, aka Midnight. Their books are available and will be linked tomorrow in Facebook and elsewhere. I highly recommend you grab them. I didn't realize one of the things that the two of you had in common, that you were displaced New Yorkers living elsewhere.
I'm not displaced.
Oh, you're
he witnessed protection. I work.
It was fantastic work, and I hope you guys are encouraged to buy a car. to buy a copy
Midnight's
of.
been in Colorado longer than he's been in He's been in Colorado longer than he's been in Brooklyn. He's not displaced. He's exactly where he belongs.
Oh my.
Never, never.
Epic rap battles of history coming next time. We'll have to have you guys back. Uh, thank you guys. Just have you guys fight each other. It's it's very entertaining and profound at the same time. So thank you guys very much. As wow, and if you want, Brett, put the links in the book for the books in the chat ahead of time. You can definitely do so. But I know that your books are both available on Amazon. I know Chance's book is at least, and I encourage you guys to get their work. It's as you already know, it's going to be phenomenal.
Hey, Chad, you don't have a dress code on this Zoom platform? Because, tank tops should not be allowed on screen on male bodies over 30. I'm just putting that out there. Not specifically talking about anybody, but I was just wondering.
I'll draft up some rules. We'll see what happens. We'll see how we go. After my hat, with my hat, I try and keep the rules loose. Otherwise I wouldn't
Okay.
stand it. Otherwise I wouldn't stand a chance either.
I mean, the hats are fine. It's just these ugly tank tops that some people decide they think it's appropriate. You don't go to work with a tank top on. Why would you conduct business with a tank? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe something some people from Brooklyn. I mean, not just Brooklyn, but since he's here, maybe it's something people from Brooklyn do. I don't know.
Something people from Brooklyn.
This is Conway for life. New Yorkers know what Conway is.
Oh, no. All right, maybe we'll go into this. So maybe you guys can do an encore at the end. We do have some people who have joined us and are looking to participate in the open mic, so we'll get to them, and maybe you guys can think of doing an encore each. Let me know in the comments. But my God, who do we have next? Let's segue into Mr. Ethan Mackler. I think a little bit of a musical session from him will cleanse the palate and I guess ready for our little second half open mic dessert tray. Boy, that metaphor was forced. All right, go Ethan. Thank you, Ethan. Next person coming up, I gave him permission to access the share screen. He's a visual poet who I know has some new publication credits to share. So let's welcome up Mr. Robert Fleming.
Evening, I'm Robert Fleming, a visual poet from Lewis, Delaware. And tonight I have an offering for the Stone Soup players to do a reading of a second of what I think is one of the greatest love scenes in movies from the movie Ben-Hur. Let me just show again just a little bit about the movie. Share screen. This was the original movie flyer from 1939. On the front is Ben-Hur. And the love scene is with the character Esther. And this is a scene from the first love scene when Esther and Ben-Hur kiss for the first time. So again, I'm looking for two volunteers to read tonight's the second scene between Esther and Ben-Hur. Can I get a volunteer for Ben-Hur?
I'll be happy to reprise my role as Ben-Hur, Robert, if you wish.
Thank you. And I need a volunteer to read Esther.
No Bill, no Ken.
I said it. Is Esther female or is this too typecasting?
No, Esther is female.
That's what I mean. So I don't know if, I could be
Okay.
Esther.
Okay, you're
Wonderful.
Esther.
So I will read the script directions, and the first line is from Ben-Hur. Esther and Ben-Hur at the parapet. He is changed into a tunic and robe.
We stood here before.
A long while ago.
Only 5 years.
Wait. 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 5 years, huh?
I just need to find the page again. Okay, 117.
This is 107. Page 107.
You gotta go 10 more pages, sir.
Okay. 107? No, 117, right? 16.
We'll do this.
Here we go.
Only 5 years.
But now it seems as though we had never moved from this place, almost as though 5 minutes ago.
I was saying, if you were not a bride, I should kiss you goodbye.
If I were not a bride, there would be no goodbyes to be said. I am not a bride.
Why didn't you marry?
My father needed me. And also, when you were taken away.
We won't think of that time.
Of that.
Oh, sorry, that's you.
Yeah, we won't think of that time.
She cannot finish. She is close to tears. She composes herself.
We won't think of that time.
She is quiet. He holds up the finger which wears the ring, suddenly serious.
Where am I? Okay. Is it Ben? Okay. Wait a minute. As soon as I saw you, I blessed
Uh,
it.
uh, I said I should wear this ring until I met a woman would marry. It is still here on my finger.
As soon as I saw you, I blessed it and thought it had kept you safe.
It has become a part of my hand.
For a moment, they are caught by their emotions. Then suddenly, the happiness goes from Esther's face.
If Masala once knew you were here,
As he must, I shall have to face Masala. He will know where they are.
and if he should tell you they're dead,
Then Masala will be made to wish they were living.
I've seen too much of what hate can do. My father and Moloch are burnt up with it. But I have heard of a young rabbi who says that forgiveness is greater and love more powerful than hatred. I believe it. Judah, stay
Fiercely,
alive. Keep away from Masala.
Only if I can give up thinking and feeling, and that time hasn't come yet.
What will happen to you, to all of us? It would have been 1,000 times better if you'd stayed in Rome.
she turns swiftly and goes. Ben-Hur moves after her, then stops. He stands looking after her. And that was one of the love scenes from the 1939 movie Ben-Hur, which was the first movie ever to win 11 Academy Awards.
I'm
Whoa.
thinking 1959, Robert, not 1939.
Maybe it
And it
was
killed him.
59.
And it killed the motherfucker. Okay, let us go now to Mr. Jason Wright. Is he still here? I thought he was here. Is he not here anymore? He is gone. Jason Wright has fallen. He has fallen away, or is he trying to get back on? No. Unfortunately, I don't know if Jeffrey Fallon's looking to read. I don't know if the man known as iPad is looking to read. I didn't get a name. I've gotten a lot of fire emojis in the comments, but if either of them would like to read, just let me know.
iPad's name is Grown Man Speed out of California.
Oh, would you like to read, sir?
Might be at work.
Damn. Okay, not a problem then. Well, problem.
I'm
Oh,
not at work, but hold on. Let me see
oh,
if I got something.
okay.
I have to look for something.
It's amazing when people that have a book say, "Let me see if I got something." That floors me.
Yeah. What's up, Midnight? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother.
You guys turned the stage down, man. I'll tell you that much.
I always bring the
So,
book.
yeah, yeah.
Well, you know, he needed help. I
He had a
mean,
good backup. He had good backup. So, yeah,
he
yeah,
needed
yeah.
help.
Definitely
He needed
turned the
help.
stage down. I
You know,
appreciate
you know,
y'all.
I'm here. I'm here. That is part of my community service, so I'm glad I can serve.
I was thinking Batman and Robin, but maybe not Batman and Robin. Who else? Superman and Batman, maybe. That's funny. Yeah, so I got your back, way back. All right, Chance. Let me see. Uh, okay. Exodus. Where would you like to start? From the beginning, the very beginning. From my date of birth, I remember being surrounded by fire, as if I was birthed by a volcano, standing in the very center of chaos, similar to the eye of a hurricane, calming myself inside of silence. I was in the middle of a revolution, yet I still felt fire burning deep down inside of myself. I knew I was indeed a revolution, stealthily moving around while wearing the target. I've had my fair shares of close encounters and challenges while moving safely or moving around freely, and I'm using that term loosely. To be free is to know limitations, always seeing invisible boundaries. I have memories of rocking my military issued BDU's battle dress uniform in order to perform numerous acts of patriotism, body registered with the government name, rank, and serial number. Now close your eyes and imagine freedom actually being free. When in service to your country, tis of thee, tis of thee, tears of thieves. The roads were all adorned with numerous bodies worn as trophies of war along with the tears of the thieves. You can fight and die for your country, yet not be considered free, even if you hold a diploma or a degree from a prestigious college or university. You see, the overseers, they condemned you in order to tear you down, throwing dirt on your crown. What gives them the right to play with your lives, not even fully knowing that you were deeply rooted to the soil and the land, bound to the ground by the energies of the ones that came before. Ancestors lived and died here, so we could still be here and be free. What goes around comes back around as this world keeps spinning. I'll end right there. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Hope you come back someday. Hope don't make this your
Right on.
last appearance with us.
Yes,
Can
sir.
be
I
can be like
appreciate
this
that.
every week, people. All we need is you.
That's right.
And up next to finish us off for the night and put a nice cap on the evening. Let us man, where's the let's welcome up Mr. James Van Loy.
Thanks, Chad. So I have a poem here called Eternity Strikes Again, or Deja Vu Cover Up in Plain Sight All Over Again. Thank you, Supremes. So this is from probably about more than a year ago. The brow furrowed, history talking, head full of the official narrative, looks almost wonderstruck at camera. For after all, they referred the former president for criminal prosecution. In fact, hung the whole thing right there on his ultimate bouffant comb-over version of 1950s hard guidelines. Pompadour of carefully threaded illusion, when by now we know almost all of it about the two Supreme Court kings who were ready to give legal cover. Indeed, one who voted twice to cover up his wife's obvious involvement as liaison to High Court of corrupt political hacks, who already had stolen at least one, if not all, the elections of my lifetime. But who could have thought it? And how could it have come to this, you see, when maybe, after all, Ford should not have pardoned Nixon and covered up his mafia connections and mob money smack dab in the middle of cover up that was worse than the second rate burglary. But heavens forbid mentioning how Ronald Reagan, Zap, and H.W. George Bush were allowed to walk because the president was so demented he couldn't remember his name or anything. And H.W. had all the outstanding cases parted from Iran-Contra affair. By Bill Barr, Attorney General of the president, can do anything to any one person for first H.W. Bush and then Trump, just as Mueller put away the money trail of the BCI, Bank of Commerce and Credit International, Saudi Arabian mover of money for missiles and spare parts, guns for samosas, Contra goons, to shoot public health and education workers in revolutionary Nicaragua, when it turns out, right down below here in the dank bowls of America, the empire has it, as it always has done, constitutional crisis, been swallowed the imperial president, the Supreme Courtless, injustices, the legislatures that can't make a budget. It's one central task, overwhelmed again by everything for the emperor, while there's nothing for the people, the U.S., that is us, floating the collapsed economy of Ukraine, some 40 million people and Defense Department allocations unlimited. While people will find all this havoc abroad, proxy war and regime change, judicial, legislative, executive, every time you turn around another turn. Watergate, Iran Contra, January 6th coup, blatant abuse. And then along comes the Friends of Imperial Security State to title it all up and never, ever, ever, ever to see the pattern that makes the criminals and their enablers exactly, almost, sort of, kind of, well, not really exactly the same. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney top. That's where you find me, where over the rainbow birds fly, fly over the rainbow. Why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
And with that, we are closing the door on Stone Soup's first double header in a while. First double feature of 2024. Will there be others? We'll see what happens. Bring on the flying monkeys. That's for the after party, sir. I don't know, but anyway, let us. I only think we've even got to the Lollipop Guild yet. You might be jumping ahead, sir. But this has been a fantastic night. I want to thank John Acevedo and Philip Curtis, Midnight and Chance, for an amazing double feature. This is a surprise. A lot of people told me I was in for a treat because they've seen your act before in other open mics. And by the way, for those of you who are looking to do a marathon for next week, in addition to next week's Stone Soup, there's going to be on the second and fourth Wednesday of each month is there put it into chat. So the next one will be on the 13th and that'll be 9:15 Eastern Standard Time.
It's the second and fourth Wednesday. Second and fourth.
What did I say?
You said third and fourth.
Oh crap! Second and fourth Wednesday. Good Lord. Second and fourth, which means next week the 13th will be the first one of the month.
Yeah.
So
and it's, when we come out here and Chance is on the screen, I'm on the screen. It is an act because I write most of his pieces.
Oh, it's on now. There's gonna have to be a rap battle at some point. We're gonna have to sell tickets, make T-shirts. Oh, God.
It doesn't take much to carry somebody. Don't worry about it.
Oh my word. Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys very much again. Fantastic work. We'll be grabbing the books. I hope you do too. We do the obligatory wave to salute our features for tonight and salute the audience who are watching this. This video will air on YouTube sometime between 8 and 9 o'clock tomorrow. And I hope you guys take a look at that and spread it around. This is definitely a treat. I appreciate everyone who came here on the spur of the moment, anyone who came here for the first time, and hope to see you all again very soon, and that you have a great evening. We'll see you next. The show's over. We'll see you next time.